नमस्कार दोस्तों, अमेय here. If you refer to our video on Friday evening, which was the weekly view for this coming week, so we had clearly mentioned that buy every fall in Nifty till 548 and 775 and above, Nifty opens up for the good. So, and after that there was an update next date that above 775 Nifty is good and whale trader has entered Bank Nifty. So let's see how this week has panned out. So this is, we'll open the daily chart of Nifty and let's see what happened on Monday. So today is Thursday, so Monday was 2nd of November. So let's see what happened. 557 was the low, so our level, if you see, was 548. So around 10 points above that, Nifty kind of made a short-term bottom, and if you see from 557, it's almost 12,131 high today and 12,120 close. So almost 600, 650 points have been given. So this is the actually power of identifying a setup irrespective of events or news which is being thrown at us, kind of. So unless there is a black swan event like a Lehman Brothers collapse or a corona kind of situation, so like US election, everybody is observing that it is in a gridlock scenario, like there is no clear result. Mr. Donald Trump is still claiming that he has won, but the numbers are showing something else, that Mr. Joe Biden is almost close to victory. So ideally such kind of gridlock scenario or confusion scenario, or a scenario where the parties can go to courts against the election result and dispute the election result, so ideally such scenario is not good, and there should have been sell off in the market ideally. But as I said, it's all about the trade setup. So this was not a black swan event, this was kind of a scheduled event. So whatever the result comes, the setup plays out on its own. So yesterday when the US indices rallied, so Dow Jones, if you are aware, it is an index of 30 stocks and there is just one bank in Dow Jones. And now yesterday when the Dow rallied, the reasons were mostly it was a tech rally, because in US Senate still the Republicans kind of are expected to hold a majority. So whatever tax breaks or tax cut Mr. Donald Trump as a president had given, so they'll continue. And even in the Congress, US Congress, there is no kind of blue wave as was expected. So it's just a nail biting finish. So in the US Electoral College, what happens is individually the candidates win, but overall votes go to the president. So number of Republican congressmen and senators, they are winning on the Republican side, but total of their vote is kind of lagging in front of Mr. Joe Biden. So in the Congress, in the Senate, the Republicans are holding ground, but on the presidency side, Mr. Joe Biden is holding ground. So there were two major events which were expected post election result. First was the continuity of policy of Mr. Donald Trump, or the new relaxed policy towards trade tariffs and all that from Mr. Joe Biden, and stimulus as well. So massive stimulus was expected. So earlier, if you must have observed, April, May, the kind of stimulus these countries and their US Federal Reserve has released, they were much more than what the country or its citizens or the businesses required. So when the stimulus is much more than what it is required, it obviously spills over into banks and into ultimately into stock markets. But because now the Congress US Congress has not seen a clear blue wave, and Senate is still in the or expected to be still in the control of Republicans. So the new stimulus will be just what is required and not much more than that, or there will be no extra money left. So that was the reason I had tweeted also that the bank index, Dow Jones Bank Index in US, yesterday, despite all the US and global indices going up, the bank index yesterday was down more than 4%. So it did not impact Dow much because Dow 30 has only one bank, that is JP Morgan, and it was down 2.5-3%. But most of the Dow has non-banking components only, and they were flying. So this was more of a tech rally. The reason being, as I said, all the tax breaks and tax cut which Mr. Donald Trump as a president had announced as soon as he was elected in 2016. So most of those tax breaks and all this free money actually went to the big corporates, and big corporates as of now are no longer the oil or defense companies. Big corporates as of now are mostly the IT players, the tech. It is called as big tech. So that is why this is a tech fueled rally. So coming to the point is, when a weekly view we give, it is usually the identification of the setup for the entire week. So this setup has played out brilliantly well. Now what to do? What next? So setup has played out from 550 levels. It is almost 12,100 plus level. So almost 600-650 point this has gone up. Now where will this stop? So from the chart point of view, if you see, there is not much of a overbought kind of scenario, but certainly there would be some fatigue. So if you refer to, this is a weekly chart, and if we go to the February scenario, so if you see here, there was a slight sticking out the neck from the Nifty, so that was 12,246. So this is of the 10th of February week. This is a weekly chart. We are looking at weekly chart because we are now at the end of the week. So what you can expect tomorrow? So as I said, there is already a fatigue in the index. So tomorrow, if it falls or not, nobody can predict because already the rally has happened. But maximum what it can go is around 246 is what I see, and here it should stop. So Monday, hopefully, there may be some profit booking, but that video on that detailed analysis of next week I'll put up on Sunday evenings only. But this is how the setup thing works, is what I wanted to explain here. And Bank Nifty, as we had already said, that there is a whale in the Bank Nifty. So this Bank Nifty has given almost 2,500 plus points since Monday. So massive rally has already been observed. The results were brilliant. For HDFC, results was good. SBI results initially were thought to be not good, but then their outlook on slippages or guidance on slippages kind of boosted the stock. And ICICI Bank results were just out of the world. And as there was a tech rally in US Nasdaq related, also the dollar index for a brief period was showing some slight strength, so it led to some slight weakness in rupee. So all that kind of boosted TCS and Infosys, the big heavyweights. So HDFC Bank, SBI, Axis Bank, Kotak, as I had said, it is already good above 1333. ICICI, IndusInd. So all of these stocks were good from the price point of view, and also there was, as I said, was a whale in the Bank Nifty. So all of this brilliantly played out our weekly view, and these dead wood stocks like ITC, Larsen, they also tried to contribute from their share, and other heavyweights like Bajaj Finance, HUL, Bharti Airtel, they also contributed their part. Some part was contributed by the auto shares also, although overall as a sector they don't hold much weightage. But when auto goes up, your pharma did brilliantly. Sun Pharma and all we saw, Cipla, Cadila, all we saw. Some 8-10% moves, or Sun Pharma even had more than 12-13% moves in 2 days. So collectively, all of this boosted sentiment. So this has reached to a level of slight fatigue. But as I said, the week is yet to end. So 12,242 is what we observe here, is the level which Nifty can show. That's what I'm saying. It can show. It should show. That we never claim. But the trade was on the buy the decline scenario, which we had clearly mentioned on Sunday evening video. So Monday only we were lucky to get that decline, and 600, 650 the move Nifty gave, and some 2,500 plus move Bank Nifty gave. So this is how you should play the weekly trade, and day-to-day basis. I think it is always good to do only quick scalping trades. So short 30-40 points in Nifty and short 80-100 points in Bank Nifty is what you should do. But if you want to play positional game where all of this multiplies, so if you see 11,900 call from some 30 rupees, it has gone up to 222 today. So almost 7 times. So weekly view usually should be positional, and daily view I think you should only do scalping. You should not expect any directional moves unless the Nifty is at the fag end of the range. So range 7,000, 11,790 and 12,000 was the range for almost 2.5 weeks, which got broken, and then we had clearly given that 548 is the brilliant time to enter. So all of this has really played out quite well. So hopefully this Sunday also I will come up with the weekly view. So you are all kind of advised to follow the weekly view if you want to play positional multi-bagger trades. And thank you very much.